you should already know what this is. And for those of you that aren't, just chill. See, we're gonna get down to the other stuff here in a minute. But what I'm always trying to get everybody to understand is everything is vibration. So, before we do anything else, vibe. Everything is vibration. Ebony, how you doing? Q. As the moon sits at 29 degrees of Scorpio, it can get dark. Oh yeah. Just let that vibe seep in. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in my front door. And in doing so, understand this is not about ego. Oh no. This is about algorithm. Hey, it's the Astro Girl Quay. And if you haven't smiled yet today, this is my personal invitation for you to do so. Like right now. And if you can't find a smile for yourself, just allow me to be the smile on your face. Because at the end of the day, all I am is the smile on your face. All I am is the motherfucking vibe. And we're gonna do it just a little differently today. See, I don't feel like I gave y'all everything I could yesterday. So I'm gonna go through the transits real quick today. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna tell you what the placements are without elaborating. I might speak on a couple of the aspects real quick when we get done, but I'm gonna get straight into opening the floor up. Because with the moon at 29 degrees, with the nodes at 29 degrees, with Mercury coming into the 29th degree, this is a different energetic expression. Let me be your beacon in the darkness. Because whether you believe it or not, you're mine. I swear to God, I've been feeling like shit and sitting here feeling sorry for myself until I turn this live on. And all of a sudden, vitality found me. But really, it's just love. Yeah. Yeah. Where's everybody checking in from in the world today? Yeah. Listen here. We can vibe, or we can get into some real gangster shit. And I don't think you want that. Not with me. Yeah. That right there feels like purgatory. See, if you want to talk about that Hades moon, when we're talking about that Scorpio moon, I like to think of that 29th degree as Sheol. And for those of you that aren't familiar with the concept of Sheol, or Sheol, depending on how you want to pronounce it, this is the realm of souls. It's not heaven or earth, but there is said to be a layer of dead souls, basically. Not dead souls, but souls of people who are in between, per se, that people tend to go to after life. And so the afterlife, there's people that don't know, or not, there's souls that don't necessarily translate going on to any other plane of existence. So there's a concept of a layer. It used to be a thin layer, but after all this time and all of these souls, it's probably quite thick by now. A layer of darkness and souls that are just wandering in translation. They don't, they haven't found the vibration in order to move into that next place or to come back here to earth, depending on that. So there's an in-between, like purgatory, per se. But it's just, there's no substance or matter. It's just souls. See, I need like 4 more people to hit the like button. Young God. Much love from Young Rod. Me and my motherfucking mustache is still in the house. Yeah. Vibing for real. Yeah. We about 3 minutes from getting down to it. Sanaya and Naya show. What up though? We in this thing. Just let that vibe hit you. Let that vibe seep in. Because everything is vibration. And before we do anything else, us getting on the right vibration together is of the utmost importance. That's why we do this every time. And if you can't fuck with it, it just ain't for you. Hell, I need to chill too. The world be wearing on me. So I gotta get in the best space to be of the best service. My Jupiter is in Pisces in my 6th house. So I gotta make sure I'm in the best space to be in the best service. Because if I can do that, my Mars in Capricorn actually happens to be sextile to that. So I'm the best at it. Period. Yeah. Fuck fear. How you doing? So we're about 1 minute from it being that time for you to open up your ear and let me crawl into your mind. Just one time. It only takes one time with me. Austin Burner Schmier. We're cracking. We in this thing. Welcome to the Vibe Tribe. You are now a part of the Priceless family. Make sure you hit the like button as you come in the door. And that's just a matter of respect. Now let's talk about what we got going on cosmically real quick. And I'm not gonna go through the usual hour-long spiel about these transits because we did that yesterday. The moon hasn't even changed signs yet, so we're not gonna even do all that. I'm gonna go through it quickly. So we got the sun at 4 degrees of Leo. Be proud, be bold, that speaks for itself. We got the moon at 28 degrees of Scorpio. And within the next 15 minutes, we will move into that 29th degree, that AnOrEtIc degree. So yeah, it's darker than ever. You feeling shit more intense than ever today. I guarantee that. You can be having a good day or a bad day, whatever you're feeling it deeply. And see, the moon just so happens to be square both Mercury and Venus in Leo. And I'm going to speak on that real fast because the fact of the matter is you have that Mercury and Venus in Leo thing going on where people have to put on a happy face. The show must go on. Yeah, you scared, you worried. This shit is intense. You might be turned on. You might be mad. You might be feeling blissful. But whatever it is, it's an extreme. And that feeling right there, it can't get in the way of normal process. It can't get in the way of the show, so the show must go on. One monkey don't stop no show, you know? Now, the moon is also trine to Neptune and sextile to Pluto. This is interesting. The moon is doing a lot over this next 2 or 3 hours. And then we move into Sagittarius, into a brighter day. But for these next 3 hours, shit is intense. the best thing I can tell you is get somewhere and sit your ass down. As a matter of fact, try to channel it creatively if you can. This is the moon trine to Neptune and sextile to Pluto. Put yourself to work. If them emotions are that intense, if they're that extreme, put them motherfuckers to work. That's what Capricorn will do. Oh, you got that much energy? Get your ass to work. That's Capricorn. There's Pluto. Let's make some fucking changes. This is Scorpio and Capricorn. You feel that strong? Let's put it to work. You better do something about it before it kills you. This is Scorpio. Now with Neptune, you also have to believe. You can't lose faith. Instead, create. Instead, let the pain be an inspiration. Let the fear be channeled into something more powerfully divine. I don't think you hear me though. That's the jam right there, man. Shout out to my boy, man.
JP Productions.
JP made this, man. And, hey, it's one of my favorite ones. I haven't played it in a while, but man, this bitch right here. So the moon is doing a lot. But if you can just make it through this, there is some light at the end of this tunnel. Sagittarius is coming. There is some positivity. There is blessings. You can't fold up. You got to experience. And from that experience comes truth. From that experience of darkness comes definition. And you need that. I don't think y'all hear me though. Now, Mercury is still conjunct to Venus at 28 degrees of Leo, and Venus is still retrograde at 28 degrees of Leo, and it's going to stay retrograde until September 3rd. So, especially right now, pay attention. Communicate with people. Ask them their needs. Be proud of being that person that can be there for somebody. That's something to be proud of. Be genuine when you're dealing with people. Because that fake shit, that false shit you putting on a show can come back to bite you in the ass later on. I don't think you hear me though. Yeah. For those of you that just clicked in for the first time today, you just clicked into some trill shit. Fuck you mean. Now, Mars is now at 10 degrees of Virgo. The details, baby. Just make sure you don't get lost in them. And make sure those details don't prevent you from seeing the big picture or operating outwardly. And I'm going to leave that at that. Jupiter, 13 degrees of Taurus. You better learn how to be patient and receptive. See, doing that, you can see things accumulate. And even with Jupiter here, being generous means that blessings come back tenfold. Material shit is going to come and go. When you realize that, you're free from it. And you can learn to operate with it better. A lot of people get so focused on material things and so focused on grinding and grinding, they forgot what it's like to be receptive and allow blessings to flow inwardly to them. This is where you reassess that. Yeah. You got to. You absolutely have to. Now, let me fix this real fast. Now, Saturn is still retrograde at 5 degrees of Pisces now. Saturn is going to be retrograde until November 4th. Hey, what you going to do with that fear? That's all I want to ask you. There are some things that are just unavoidable, inescapable. But the fear you can control. What you gonna do with that? Yeah. Now, Uranus is at 22 degrees of Taurus. And let me tell you something. Uranus just so happens to be exactly square to the black moon Lilith. And this is important right here. This shit right here is important because they're going to start moving in square with each other for a second. And in doing so, you can see your pride get in the way of you looking for, you finding a unique opportunity for you to come up. You could also see your pride or your stubbornness stop you from prospering. You don't want to make a move. You know what's best for you. Fuck that. But then, guess what? These are turbulent times. Things are changing. If you're not changeable, you might get hit with a change-up. That change-up is one of the hardest pitches to hit. And just because your brain can't comprehend it. You're used to seeing things and doing things a certain way. Fuck around, get hit with the wrong change-up, get struck out. Motherfucker. Now, Neptune, 27 degrees of Pisces. Neptune is also retrograde until December 4th. So, hey. Ain't nothing changed but perception. Have you changed? That's what you have to ask yourself. Now, you're not confused. You're delusional. Think about that. Now, Pluto, also retrograde at 28 degrees of Capricorn now. So Pluto's now moving in that retrograde motion. And it's been moving, but it's moving. It seems like it's moving a little bit faster, or per se, which really means it's moving slower in retrograde because it seems like it's going backwards retrograde motion, which that doesn't matter unless you're into physics, which sometimes I am, you know. Mr. Chronic. Yeah. But like this. Pluto here. We moved away from that AnOrEtIc degree, but we're still in that square to the nodes. So you still have Pluto forcing changes because the nodes are going to go from 29 to 28 degrees of Aries here soon. You got to figure out what you gonna do about this stressful situation, whatever the stressful situation is. Whatever you're allowing to stress you. With this being Capricorn, for me, it's my 4th house. It's not only my family situation, but I also have fears that I have allowed to control me of health stuff from my family that is making me think I'm finna get took off this motherfucker. So it's like dealing with that family stuff, dealing with that stuff that comes from the root, that Capricorn stuff, that for me, that stress is the only thing that's going to be free. Then I also have a lot of stuff, bills. Times are hard right now. Business is going slow. Just like our car is messed up. I'm still not feeling right health-wise. My kids' school closed. They have football. You know, we have you're still, even though they're in. My oldest son plays football for the school in high school. You still have to pay for all of this stuff somehow, which I've never. This is not a private school. This is in Texas. I've never seen no shit like this where you have to pay for your kids' football, for your kids to play football in school. Like, that shit's crazy. Like, this is a public school, and you have to pay the school for your kid to play sport. Like, I've never did that when I was like this. The school system pays for that. You have to pay. Like, wow. And I'm talking about thousands of dollars, not 20, you know, a couple, $1,000, $1,500 total probably. Like, are you fucking serious? And so just having to make it happen, that's causing strain on my relationship. It's causing more stress on me personally. And so now I have to figure out a way to work with it because I'm living on nothing but a diet of fear and stress. And only I can make the changes that are necessary, but it's not going to be easy. Because it's about me facing fears. Let's let this play real fast. Let that vibe seep in. That's the perfect vibe for that 29th degree. Yeah, just vibe. I was on one when I sampled that shit right there. Yeah, I made that. Well, I sampled it. The original shit. It's yeah. King Goat, Nathaniel. What's up, Venmo? Everything is vibration. See, we got the moon at 29 degrees of Scorpio. I would let you look into my eyes, but it might kill you. You wouldn't see nothing but yourself anyway. These are one-way mirrors. I have Pluto in the first house. My eyes tell you nothing. They just tell you about you. Oh, the King Goat Nathaniel, you just shoot me something since you live in lavish. I'm struggling. Now, let's get back to this real fast because we almost done with this. So, Neptune is still sextile to Pluto. So there is still a process of either disillusion or inspiration going on. And maybe even both. Maybe you become disenchanted with some things only to become inspired by your own truth and your own power and your own perseverance. Maybe you had something you were dependent on and you really believed in that. But as Neptune and Pluto are now retrograde, it's not the same. But you realize that shit right there, that shit right there wasn't real in the first place. What's real is you, what you could do, your belief in yourself, the divine inspiration you find inside of your soul. What your higher self tells you on a daily basis. See, sometimes you got to cut off everything else. See, Capricorn is great at that. At economizing. Man, we don't need this. We don't need that. Fuck this. This shit ain't gonna work. Like, that's what you have to do. Economize your emotions. Fear? Fuck fear. Control? You have none. That's an illusion. Drop that shit. The truth lives inside of you. Use your rational mind to find the truth in the divine. Some people can't understand that concept because they get caught up in bullshit, beliefs, and titles. No. Be your muse. Don't find your muse. Be your muse. Fuck that. Yeah. I like that. Now, Chiron is also retrograde. So we're really 5 astrological bodies into retrograde. Here by this time next month, we'll be 8 in, I believe. Yeah, 8. Because Mercury, Jupiter, and Uranus all still have to go retrograde. So, we got a lot of internal stuff to deal with. I do. You do. Good thing we here together. Now, with Chiron at 19 degrees of Aries, you just have to hold yourself accountable for every situation in life. And the only way you can hold yourself accountable is through awareness. And by holding yourself accountable, that allows you to start working through things that prepares you for taking action towards healing. Yeah, that too. Now, we ain't done yet. We ain't done yet. We also, right now, have the Black Moon Lilith still at 22 degrees of Leo. So, this is a critical point where you got to deal with ego. This is where you have to find that genuine part of yourself and then set yourself free from expectations and from false narratives and from the show that you kind of tend to put on every day, this character that you've developed. You have no attachment to that. Who you really are really has no effect on what goes on in the world, because who you really are is not of this world. So sometimes we allow this ego that we present, this character that we play here, to really get us fucked up ourselves, get us off our fucking purpose and our path. Make no mistake about it. You're here to learn. You're here to grow. You're here to develop. So when you get stubborn, you get stuck because you're too busy playing this motherfucking character. You done fucked up. When a motherfucker sit up here and be like, even me myself, when I'm dealing with my health issues like I have been now for a while now that we all know about it, there's times where I'm sitting here and I'm like, man, like this is like this shit is crazy. Like I should be like, why is this shit happening to me? Why does this shit happen to me? And the reason it's happening to me is because it happens to everybody. It doesn't fucking matter. That's my ego getting caught up in the character that I'm playing. Like me. Nah, fuck that, man. It's just that shit's just a part of life. When you get genuine with yourself, you free yourself from worldly expectations, and that is also a Leo trait. Because people get so caught up in ego and the character that they're playing here on Earth. That's why I'm speaking about this at the 22nd degree, because that's important. We got 29 degrees, 22 degrees out here. And so once you get this stuff going from 29 degrees, it goes to 0 degrees. But really, the moon will go to 0 degrees, and then Mercury will go to 0 degrees within the next 24 hours. So those will progress, but that's your emotions and your mind. Mercury going into Virgo. The moon going into Sagittarius. This gives you the ability to see the forest for the trees. But right now, stubbornness and ego can get in the way. Now, the nodes are at 29 degrees of Aries and Libra still. They'll probably move into 28 degrees within the next probably 36 hours. That just means the energy is coming off that AnOrEtIc degree, which is, I don't want to say it's going to ease up, but it's not the shock of the nodal shift real fast. Like we've now moved into, you know, even in 1 degree, when it goes from 29 to 28, there is a definite ease up in the way that is. That energy is not so violent or aggressive with Aries, especially. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not so like, ugh. Like what's even crazy is the way that the nodes move, they don't move. When you watch and chart the movements, I'm going to teach y'all something about astrology, because of course not everything moves the same. But when you're looking at the ellipticals of the nodes, the way that the nodes move when you're watching them, since they're not true bodies, and you're charting their movements, which is the only way you can do it because it's not something that you can really watch. What you would do is you see that the nodes will be still. They will sit still, it seems like. And it's possible for them to do so, but they won't move for 3 or 4 days. And then for a week, they'll move really fast, like whoa, 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 whoa. And then they'll slow down, and it'll seem like they're not moving at all for a day or two. And then it'll move kind of quick for 2 or 3 days. And then it'll just, like, it does that. And then you're like, damn, this shit is, you know what I'm saying? It's not, it's, the nodes don't move steadily. And that's something I've noticed here. I'm not saying that it's erratic, but what it does is there is a pattern that it does that is not just a steady movement like this. It would jump, and then it would sit there for a second, and it would move like this. And so what's crazy is it just when it happens to come into Aries, it moved really fast through the first, and you wouldn't be able to notice because it's still at 29 degrees, but people that chart, the minute movements are going to be able to see it. And yes, Carmen Sage, it can move like the ebb and flow of the ocean per se, but it's like minute movements, and you'll see it. So it's still in the same degree, but you'll see in the evolution of that degree, it'll go like it's about to, it'll go, and then it'll sit there still and not move at all. And then finally, it'll move into the next degree, and then it'll move really fast, and then it'll chill out for a little bit, and then it'll move really fast again and get up out of there. And so that's kind of how it does. It does have a certain ebb and flow. That is a proper assessment of it. But what happens here is when it first got into Aries, I just noticed that I was paying attention to it because my nodes are here and I'm waiting. You know, I'm so scared of everything that's going on. So I'm watching it come into contact with my natal node at 27 degrees of Aries. And so when I'm watching that, I'm like, whoo, I'm seeing how it's moving. And I'm like, oh shit, that shit's coming fast. It's not usually doing that. Like, it's gonna move in like a week or two. Now sometimes like it'll sit in 1 degree for 3 weeks. Other times it'll go over a degree in 2 days, 3 days, 4 days. And that's what it seemed like it was gonna do, but it kind of sat there at the 29 degree of Aries for a week. But usually it could take 2 weeks or 3 weeks for it to be in 1 degree. And so it's not the same, but it ends up being the same because it's always an 18 degree, it's always an 18-year cycle with the nodal shift. But the way that it moves, it obviously is moving steadily, but it's a fluctuating movement. And so it all ends up being even in the end, or close to being even in the end, but it's still pretty fluctuating in its expression. Like the last time the nodes were in Aries, or it came into Aries, we had a nodal shift was between in this way, from Taurus to Aries is what I'm talking about, was between like from December 2004 to January 2005. And so at that time I was definitely 18 years old, about to be 19. And now in the nodal shift, I'm already 37. So it is a little longer than 18 years. It might be closer like to 18 and a half, but it's always going to be right there around 18 years when you have a nodal return. And that's crazy that us as humans look at that as growth, as in our growth process, because you're considered, especially here in America, you're considered an adult or legal at 18 years. And I know that as because of Western influence that's went into other countries also. And so you're considered legally an adult at 18 years old. And that opens up a whole different thing. Well, while you can also, you know, go to jail at 17 years old and for certain crimes well before that, but because I remember when I was 17 years old, I went to regular jail, and then because I was on juvenile probation, when I was still 17, when I got out of regular jail, I had my juvenile probation revoked, and I still had to go to juvie. So I went from regular jail to juvie and juvie to regular jail regularly. And like that was something that I was constantly kind of doing when I was 18, around like 18 and 19. And then when I turned 18 or 19, I went through some other stuff. Barack Toss, I would have to know your placements. Now let me finish with this real fast, y'all. I kind of got off track there. But as far as the numerology of the day, we are in a 5 vibration. And with the 9 connotation. So I'm going to tell you this. Expect the unexpected and be willing to help anybody. Which is crazy that we're coming to that 9 connotation, because we're coming into the Sagittarius moon in a little bit. And so if somebody was born today, if your birthday is today, then your birthday number is a 9 because it's the 27th. But people born today, their life path number would be a 5. So we're in an ultimate 5 vibration. And that's really the 5 is really changeable energy. It's about being adaptable. It's about expecting the unexpected. You know, and being willing to be open to whatever happens and experience and learn and adapt from that. It's very Sagittarius or Aquarius-ish. I like to look at the 5 like that. And the 9 is very Virgo and Aquarius-ish. And so that's something. I'm not Aquarius. Virgo, Aquarius, and Sagittarius, or even Pisces. But yeah, man. Just where we're at. And I think that's all I gotta say about that. The floor is now open for any questions y'all may have about your personal chart or synastry or numerology or spirituality or addiction or infidelity or insecurity or anything that will help you raise that vibration. I'm here. And we're gonna be here for at least another hour, probably an hour and 15 minutes. And once I do start asking questions, understand there's only one of me and I'm the best at what I do. So please respect that energetically. And so if I missed your question, I never ignored you or skipped your question. I just missed your question. You can ask it again, or you can hit the super chat or the super sticker or the super thanks, and I'll never miss your question. And then it will also be a fair energetic exchange. Matter of fact, you can do that anyway because I definitely need it. And hey, there is one thing I want to get on real fast, and I don't want to get into a whole crybaby session about things, but one thing I am getting tired of is I don't care if you make an inquiry about Pisces and don't say anything, but don't hit me up and say, hey, I'm ordering this. And then once it comes down to the time to exchange and get the business transaction in, I don't hear from you anymore. Don't do that. Like, that is so frustrating as a business owner. And I've had a lot of that lately. Maybe it's because I have Saturn going on with all that other stuff, and I'm going to blame it on astrology instead of trying to blame it on you. But, hey, man, don't do me like that. I got a family. I am great at what I do. I have never, ever... Well, maybe I've had one person complain about their birth chart. Only one person in the years that I've been doing this, out of the thousands of charts that I've read. But, hey, that's just a matter of respect. And if you're not, if the prices, you don't even have to say anything back once I send you the price, or you can say, hey, I'll get back to you when I can, or hey, I can't do it. Hey, that's fine. But don't say, okay, this is what I want. And then when it's time for the transaction, I don't hear from you no more, because that shit right there has been really frustrating here lately. All right. And 13 Move Lily, you still have a free, not a free, but a half price reading that you could get for anybody at any time. Buraktas, if you would tell me your placements or any of your classmates' placements, I could tell you maybe if they could be a compatible match for you. 13 Moon Lily, you said not an aspect in general, but what can I share about 18 degrees and 22 degrees? Well, I'm not really a person that puts a lot of emphasis on the 18th degree. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't look at the 18th degree as being very critical. Some people do, but I don't. But for me, the 22nd degree is definitely a critical degree, because for me, it's like it's a crucial point in the evolution of that energy, is from what I've seen. Like 22 degrees always, like, is one of those degrees that has like a harsh nature to it. And it doesn't have to mean it's going to kill you or be bad. It just means like, hey, that is that degree where it's one way or the other. It has an extreme nature to it. So you're going to either, some people say kill or be killed, or, you know, you're going to either change or get destroyed. Like, there's a lot that goes on with that. And so for me, like, my Jupiter is at 22 degrees of Pisces in my 6th house. And look what you know, I have these health issues, but there is you know, and a lot of times my health was so good that I took things for granted. So now I'm at a point where I can take nothing for granted. I can take nothing for granted. And so I'm kind of now having to figure out, how do I operate from this before the things that I took for granted really become something that destroys me ultimately. The exact very thing that I loved and I banked on and took for granted could be the exact very thing that fucks me up right now. And so that, you know, and that's my fault. That's my fault. But yeah, like the nature of this beat right here, some would say that the 22nd degree is malevolent. Malevolent. Tiger Lily, then with your Uranus conjunct your sun in Sagittarius at the 22nd degree, like, you do not, like, one thing you with you is like your freedom is everything to you, and you are somebody who is not gonna be pinned down. And I'm not saying that in a relationship, I mean in general. Like you have a rebellious spirit, and sometimes that can cause you a lot of trouble, whether it be in relationships or whether it be with work, whether it be anything. Like you do not like motherfuckers thinking they got a handle on you. You do not like, and that shit has caused a problem for you throughout your whole life in a whole bunch of different realms. But it also is what makes you you. That's why Uranus is there. It's what makes you so brilliant. What makes you so amazing. It makes you so intuitive. It makes you so awesome. But it also fucks up your dealings with situations and people sometimes, because you just the way that you are is restless. Like you are so fucking restless. So yeah. That shit can be a motherfucker. Now, next question, please. Young God, you said you have mean Lilith in the 12th, but behind your ascendant, but you have true Lilith in the 1st. Which one do you go to? Always go with true, because true is true. Mean is average. Just like in math class, the mean is an average calculation. The true is going to be the exact calculation. Angelique, is what like that with every zodiac sign? The 22nd degree, the 22nd degree just has a crucial nature to it. Happy birthday, Reflection. That's why I have your picture as our thumbnail. I knew your birthday was yesterday. Everybody go look at the thumbnail. Happy birthday to my boy. I feel like I might have a fever in this bitch. Take my temperature real fast. I be tripping. Oh, no, 98.6. We good. Party on. My mind be fucked up. I do that several times a day with that health shit. I be tripping, man. I'm telling you, my health takes over. I'll fucking check my temperature so goddamn fast. I'll fucking do a lymph node check, a testicle check, a fucking... do 10, 20 push-ups and jumping jacks. Make sure I'm not tapping out in this motherfucker. Let's run this back. When I think of you, my heart remembers all the love we've ever had, all the love we've ever had, just me and you. When I think of you, I remember sweet time. That was when we fell in love. That was when we fell in love. Just me and you. When I think of you, 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 think of you. I be cold with them samples, man. I got it down. It was hard for me to do at first. Baby, I'm dope. I thought that's what you was here for. Yeah. We at that 29th degree. We all black in this motherfucker. Let's run this back too. Hey, I'm still here for any questions you may have. Yeah, this is a vibe. Yeah, that's the vibe. Now, back to regular schedule programming. Did I miss anybody's questions? Does anybody else have any questions that I might have missed? Are there any placements that indicate the birth of a baby? Every placement. That's why there's so many different birth charts. Yeah, every placement. That mother, man, you know what you would do. That motherfucking Aries sun in the 7th house. That Mars in Scorpio too, you fucking crazy. Yeah. You like that shit. God damn. But I'm like that too a little bit, but not the same. Like, I don't get turned on from fighting, but I like to instigate and start shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just, like, if I know I can press your buttons, I'm gonna press. Like, I have it, you know, me being a Libra rising too and having that Aries. Like, if I can press your buttons, I like you to have a little, like, you mad? Man, if you don't sit your mad ass down somewhere, because you finna be mad or fucking with me. Because guess what? I was looking for a reason to get mad. I know how to make you mad so I can get mad. I'm gonna leave a rising, both passive aggressive mad. A Cancer. So I'm gonna act straight till I can piss you off enough so I can get mad too. Like, oh, you got an attitude, motherfucker? I've been waiting for you to catch an attitude, because guess what? I want an attitude. Not I have an attitude, I want an attitude. That's Libra rising shit. That's Cancer shit, for real. But yeah, it's fucking fucked up. That's why I be like, man, that's why motherfuckers say, if I see a Cancer, I ain't fucking around. I'm running. Because that's the type of shit you gotta deal with. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, I like peace and harmony. I'm a harmonious person. But I don't want you to be harmonious. I need to be harmony. I need you to be turbulent. I need you to be fucked up. Yeah. I got Aries on that 7th house. Like, oh, I'm straight. I'm gonna keep you off balance. Yeah, I'm definitely a Libra rising, for real. I remember when I first, you know, because I had Pluto in the 1st house, I would always relate more with Scorpio rising, but the truth is, like, I have certain things that relate to Scorpio rising placements, especially the Placidus system. And, you know, I do have a certain Scorpio rising tone because of the Pluto in the 1st house in Scorpio. But really, I'm a fucking Libra rising, man. Now, 13 Moon Lily. You said Pluto, Mars in the south node in Scorpio in the first house. Your moon, Lilith in the north node in the 8th house in Placidus. Oh, you intense for real. You naturally intense. You got to learn how to chill because you got your fucking north node in Taurus. Like, you got to find you somebody that chills you out in relationships. Like, that's what I see out of that. Even though I see Pluto and Mars and all that shit in Scorpio in the first house, that just, or whoever that is, I don't know if that's you're speaking on. That's a very intense person. That's somebody who everything, like, man, that's chaos. So they have to find somebody that chills them the fuck out. Like, and that's in relationships. Like, they value relationships so much because those are the only things that make them calm down and make them feel grounded. Because everything in life is so intense and so turbulent. It's changeable. Even with your north node in the 8th house and there being some type of interception going on with that. Like, yeah. You got some shit going on. For real. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah. Me, I just have Pluto in my first house in Scorpio. I don't have any conjunctions in my chart at all. I have a very rare chart. Other than, you know, stuff that doesn't count, really. I mean, it counts, but I have really, I have the Black Moon Lilith, Chiron, Charliclo, and my part of fortune all conjunct to each other in my 8th and 9th house. But other than that stuff, I don't have in the fundamental planets and the stuff that, you know, the primary things, I don't have any conjunctions in my chart. Reflection, what did you ask? You said, what is the significance of having Scorpio Mars at the 8th degree in the 10th house? Does the 8th degree mean anything? Well, to some people, the 8th degree is going to be a Scorpio degree per se. But for me, the 8th degree isn't a critical degree. But if I was looking at the subtleties, I would incorporate that is a Scorpio placement at a Scorpio degree. So it could be more violent or more intense than a lot. And so you are somebody who lets your desires control you sometimes. And you have a lot of will, but sometimes your self-control is so hard to maintain. So you spend a lot of your time fighting for control. That's what the 8th degree would say. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to believe in the 8th degree. Now, if you believe that, that's what the significance would be from an astrologer standpoint. Now, if you're not a person that's involved in critical degree theory, then the 8th degree just means the 8th degree, and your Mars and Scorpio is still the same in Mars and Scorpio, which has its own connotations. In the 10th house, you're so fucking ambitious and you're so willful, and it doesn't matter when you want something or you want to do something. Nothing can stop you. You're relentless in your efforts. Even pain would never keep you from getting to whatever you want to do. Come in, just a second. Yes, you can, but you need to come in in 45 minutes. So take that watch. Hey. Wow, is your brothers in here?
Yeah, she can't just sleep in here and watch TV.
Okay, yeah. You can go outside for 40 minutes, but you gotta be ready for practice because we going hard tonight. Man, let me tell you about my baby real fast. Let me have a cancer moment real fast. I'm proud of my son. So we're in training camp for football right now. So what they do is my son's going into, he's actually playing up. He's going into the 3rd grade, but the coach came and asked him to play for the 4th grade team for football because he's big and he's great. He's great at football. And so he went to the camp and he was a quarterback last year or running back. You know, he did different stuff for tight end because they really didn't throw the ball much. But this year he went to camp and he's like, man, he told me like I'm gonna be quarterback. He went to camp and he has just, man, let me tell you, man, this dude right here went out here looking like he has played quarterback. I mean, it's Aquarius stuff. Like, And he has he's amazing arm because he has Mars in the first house, and he has all that stuff going on. But like he went out there and like every day in camp, and he was a great football player last year. He scored more touchdowns than anybody. He was his first year playing tackle football, and he was only in second grade. But now this year he's a third grader going into third grade playing for the fourth and fifth grade team, and he's took over, or really the fourth grade team. So he's took over as their quarterback. And he is, I mean, when I tell you he is out there for real, he's out there for real. Like there's only one fifth grade boy that's out there with the camp with him, that kid that has a little bit of a stronger arm than him. But other than that, there's 4 or 5 quarterbacks out there. He's the best. He's dropping. Hey, when I tell you he cold, bro. He out there, he won camper of the day yesterday. Like it's the high school students and the high school coaches that run the camp. So he's out there with the high school coaches and the high school students, including his older brothers out there. You know what I'm saying? My oldest son's out there, but he's only a freshman, but he's out there with the varsity and stuff. But like yesterday, he got chosen for camper of the day, which means he was the MVP of the camp for the whole day. And when I tell you, like he out there, grown man out there, man. Like I was so proud. Like as a dad, that had me fired up yesterday, man. Congratulations, Rebecca. But yeah, you finna have a baby very soon. But yeah, he stiff-armed the boy. We had a highlight yesterday. He stiff-armed the boy, made him fly yesterday. They were doing the Oklahoma drills, or they were doing tackling drills where he was the running back. They would have 2 blockers, and then they would have 3 defensive players that start out on the ground, and they would pop up and go to hit the 3 defensive players would pop up off the ground and go to hit the youngsters. You know what I'm saying? And it was 5th grade and 4th grade playing. And he was running the ball, and he took off, and that one of the biggest kid really out of the 5th graders came at him, and he came at him, and my little dude just stiff-armed him in the face and flied him, just back up, boom, and just spin out of it and scored the touchdown. He's out there playing quarterback. He's out there dropping dimes. I was like, man, like that was live yesterday. That was as a parent, that was one of those moments. And like even my oldest son, like he's the best. Like I said, he already has recruiters and stuff that come talk to us about him, and he's just a freshman in high school because he's such an awesome linebacker. But yeah, he my baby, man, he out there. Like yesterday, they were like, he's in 5th grade. They're like, he's in 5th grade. I said, no, he's in 3rd grade. And they're like, he's in 3rd grade? I said, man, he's just going into 3rd grade. He's not even in 3rd grade yet. 3rd grade hasn't even gotten started yet. He's just going into 3rd grade. He's 8 years old. They were like, he's 8 years old? I said, yeah, he's like that. They're like, yeah, he's like that. They're like, yeah, he's like that. Because he's out there chunking. 9 routes are like Hail Marys or go routes, where the receiver is running as fast as he can down the field, as far as he can, and the quarterback is throwing it as far as he can. And he's 8 years old out there just throwing touchdown dimes, just woof. Perfect form, drop, because he's a Virgo moon. So he's paying attention to the details, and it takes him longer to figure out the steps than the other kids. But as soon as he figures out the steps, he does it right every time. And he just drops back and just perfect form, just woof, dropping touchdowns. And I was like, man, hey, dude out here for real, man. So yeah. As a parent, that was everything. Like, that's my dude. And all he wants to do is make his daddy proud. And that's everything. For real. Just fine. Just run it back. Vibe. You said, what placements do I think would indicate a natural understanding of astrology? Mine, Uranus in the 3rd house. Any aspects with Uranus and Mercury, good positive aspects. Any aspects with Uranus in the midheaven, any aspect, like there's several, like, but I would look to Uranus and Neptune for natural understandings of things like that. But I've studied for years and I'm good with it, but I also it's intuitive for me. And some of it is channeled, but a lot of it's intuitive. Like I just, it's something from the very start that I naturally just understand. That's why I loved it so much, is because it made sense to me. And as a person who has Saturn in Sagittarius and whose sun is in the 9th house, things have to make sense for me. They have to make sense for me. And so I don't have a lot of faith in stuff. So astrology was something that I really stuck to because it was something that fundamentally just made sense to me. Like, for real. Now, B, thank you for the donation. You said, any advice for a Cap rising Scorpio sun whose 8th house lit the fuck up right now? You have to be changeable. You have to allow that intensity to be empowering and can't let it be destructive in your life. This is an intense moment in your life, and so you have to be changeable and allow that intensity to, help you become more empowered instead of letting it be destructive. So don't fall into self-destructive stuff. What's up, ALP? So yeah, just remember that. Oh, we need to go to Rebecca Town's baby shower. If you can get to Rebecca Town's baby shower, she's having a baby shower tonight. You can't get drunk at the baby shower. The registry is, where's the registry? Run that back. Any advice for Libra risings when the Leo stellium ingresses into Virgo? Man, don't be so hard on yourself. Like, you got to find some type of way to get your mind at ease. Like myself, like, this shit gonna get even worse. I didn't even think about that. Now you done scared me. I haven't even thought about that yet. Now you done scared my heart. Oh shit. Finna have a fucking 12th house stellium eventually before the end of the year too, in Virgo, while I'm also scared of all this hell shit. Like, fuck. I'm fucking sick of this Libra rising shit right now. I'm sick of this 80s baby shit too right now. Like, this shit fucking karma from the fucking 80s and from the fucking early 2000s coming back to get a nigga, man. Like, come on, man. We was different people then. Why you can't let that go, universe? Shit. Motherfucker. Everything is vibration. No, I'm not worried about going back to. I mean, I'm worried about that too. I'm worried about my health. I'm not worried about going back to jail. I'm worried about my health. I'm worried about that too, but that created health issues. And not jail. The penitentiary. Now I'm not even worried about that. I'm worried about dying. Shit, I'm trying to make sure I'm good. Be here for my kids, you feel me? See, fear is an obsession, it's an addiction. That's what's happened with Saturn and Pisces. This fear has become an addiction. It's becoming an obsession. It's becoming a delusion or a fantasy that I myself have played into. Gotta get control of the fear. Now, yeah, man, shit, we having a moment as 80s babies, man, motherfucking nodes. Shit is fucked up. Got Pluto squaring Pluto from the 80s. Times are changing. Are you changing? Oh no, man. You can't change it. You can't control it. Oh no. But this is Capricorn, so we ain't even considering doing no folding or holding. Let that vibe seep in. This ain't spoken word, this is vibrational therapy. I need you hearing me, feeling me. I need to be on you so tough that you wearing me. And now that's scaring me. Ask Jeremy. I remember I used to ride around, smoke weed with not a care in me. But now I done stress so much it ain't a hair on me. It's starting to wear on me. Yeah. I guess this comes back to all them times I lied when I swear it on me. Oh no. But I really care, that's on me. Hold up. Yeah, man, I'm just trying to share what's on me, homie. I guess maybe if they did that shit to Tyrone, they might even clone me. At least they let me meet him and we both won't be lonely. Now, no, I cannot speak Turkish. I love you too. I'm scared to evaluate my solar return for the coming year. I probably need to. Let me answer everybody's questions that I missed. I missed a whole bunch of questions. Let me get back to this. Virgo in the 12th house, it could just mean overthinking. It could mean, health stuff. It can mean a lot of different things, but most of the time, overthinking, over criticism, like stress in your brain, like this up here can really be affected once again. So your mental health really gets affected with Virgo in the 12th house until you can get some type of balance and get some type of appropriate approach. Now, I'm about to hit everybody real fast. With Sun sextile to Venus transit, this is just a perfect time. You feel comfortable with yourself. It makes you feel comfortable with more people, and people can just see that glow on you. It makes you more approachable, and it also is just a time where you can have some pleasant interactions with people in general. All right. Pluto in Scorpio squares North Node in Aquarius. Well, I have Pluto. Well, that's a natal placement. So with Pluto square your nodes, that's just a stubborn energy. Like, the fact of the matter is, like, everything tries to be intense, and so there's always things are always operating at this extremes in your life, as far as with Pluto. But with your node your north node in Aquarius and your south node in Leo, like, you yourself have a stubborn mindset sometimes that makes it really hard for you to adapt to the changes that happen into your life. So everything that happens is like your life goes through these ups and downs, and everything just seems like it's in flux when you go through major changeable moments. And I mean, that's because Pluto is square to both of your nodes naturally. Now, Venus is transiting your first house right along with Mercury and Mars. Hey, it's gonna sound corny, but you've never been more beautiful or more active than you are right now. Sexy, intelligent, like all of that right now. It's something that you can wear on you. You can see on you. People can feel it in your presence. So be careful. With great power comes great responsibility. Now, Virgo 12th house, should you be worried? No. That's what I'm talking about. Worry is the problem in itself. 13 Moon Lily said, do I ever evaluate my solar return for the coming year? No, I've chosen not to. I don't like to project things onto myself. I want to be open for whatever's to come and be receptive to any experience that may be coming my way, to be honest with you. Now, Rach Jones, you said you have a 6-planet stellium all in opposition as well. What's that about? Opposition to what? Maybe I missed something. Let me go back up here. All in opposition to what? All right, and reflection, you said Pluto in your first house, Saturn in your second house transit. Shit, the changes you're going through yourself, and you yourself, the intensity and the way that you're living inside of yourself might be making you kind of come through some tighter times financially. Like, you're just going through some changing times, which might become a strain on your pocket, but you're learning to grow and mature in a certain way so that you can be better in managing things from this point forth. And you might even discover that you have a different skill or a different job, or you're developing boundaries with yourself in some way that will help you be able to really help you prosper going forward, or at least see more of your maturity play out authentically. Authentic Music, Charge TV. What's up with it, famo? What it was. Now, 13 Moon Lily, you said, how do I think people's interactions are in their lifetime that they have Pluto in the first house? Because if not, all their interactions will be Pluto in the 12th house, first and second house, different from that of those that don't. I read that so fast I confused myself. Hold up. You said, how do I think people's interactions are in their lifetime that have Pluto in the first house? Because most, if not all of their interactions will be Pluto in the 12th house, first house, and second house, different than those that don't. Well, I have Pluto in the first house. And what's interesting is, like, now I'm into that Pluto in my 4th house. And I've seen that Pluto progress into there in my life. And it's even going to come into my 5th house, hopefully, eventually. And so, I've seen myself in this. It's crazy. This is an Aquarius for me, but like, I used to be a whole different way when I was younger. Like, I did a lot of projecting when I was younger, and then when I got into like middle school and high school, I let a lot of projecting be put on me. You know what I'm saying? And so after that, like, I went through this other period where I was just like lost. I was just a different person all the time. I was lost in translation, trying to figure out who I am and what my truth is. And so only through going to prison and dealing with things and seeing things from a detached perspective was I ever able to grow the fuck up and come into my own as a human being and really just like blossom and know my purpose and know where I'm at in my life. But it's taken a lot of bullshit beyond that. Now, my interactions with people have always been different because I have been a different person at different stages in my life. I'm always a different person at different stages in my life. Because I have Pluto in the first house, I'm not a person who can ever say, oh, I'm the same nigga from before. I can never be that. I know some people say that type of stuff, but I could never say that type of shit. Like, I would never be the same person from last year, the year before, and I won't be the same person a year after this or 2 years after this. That's just not me. Like, for me, I'm a person who is always changing. I'm always growing. I'm always adapting, and things are always going to be in flux for me because every experience that I have it makes me take it inside, and I take it to such an extreme level, and I feel it so deeply that sometimes things change inside of me from the things that I experience. And the crazy thing is with Pluto in the first house, I have an insatiable hunger for experience. I have an insatiable hunger for experience. And so it's like, man, and that's why even in its own way, like that fear of death and that detesting of death is because, man, you still have so much more to experience. You have so much more changing to do. You have so much more growing to do. You have so much power to gain. You have so much more. And so there's like, you can't get enough. It's insatiable. So you have to learn that sometimes, hey, man, enough is enough, man. Chill the fuck out and process it instead of constantly letting this stuff change you because you're not really processing it. You're just going through the motions of the universe, and it's fluctuating with your soul. Yeah. Now, 13 move Lily, you said the synastry of what? You said, what should us Pluto and Scorpio people be prepared for? Pluto and Scorpio people should be prepared for intense changes in their life. Like, you know, this is Pluto square Pluto. You're gonna have to deal with you know, your middle age stuff, with the, not the threat, but the truth of your mortality. You're gonna have to deal with the fact that you're just not a child anymore. The things that you did and that were available to you previously in your life are not there to you anymore. So you have to be open and adaptable and open-minded to new things in your life. And you have to look for solutions and ways and get away from the chaos that you were born in. And the only way to get away from chaos is to be open and try to use that the energy of that square between Scorpio and Aquarius to see how you have a unique way, in a unique way that you can help other people in particularly. And so this is just about taking that energy and transmuting it. So you're going from a transmutation, just not a transformation, but a transmutation. And so going through this transmutation is a transmutation of your energy. So how do you take the energy and the chaos that you dealt with earlier and find a way to help humanity? Because that's really the only choice you have other than seek and get destroyed. Come in. In 10 minutes. But you need to stay inside. Matter of fact, get ready, Junior. Yeah, that's real, man. That's that trio shit right there. Everything is vibration. Shout out to Black Lions Productions. Oh, I like that. One more time. You have to learn how to separate, detach. That means be a surrogate with your soul. Yeah, we vibrating today. Serafina, you said Venus retrograded in Leo in your 4th house. I think a lot of this has to do with you more internally than other people. You have to be proud of who you are, where you came from, and that allows you to have more healthy relationships. So figuring out whatever it is, the things inside of yourself that might make you not so confident in yourself will help you develop in having better relationships, because the more better is a double thing, whatever it's called. But yeah, that will help you have better relationships by being more confident in yourself. But you have to figure out what it is deep down inside of yourself, or from your family background, or whatever happened, that sometimes can make you lack confidence, or make you not feel like you're special. That's the thing, because usually you do feel special, because that's how you do feel in your family. But what's the one thing that inside of yourself did create some insecurities, and maybe that's something that you need to confront. Now, Pluto in your 3rd house in Virgo, please, in your natal chart. You're just very perceptive, and you developed a lot more quickly mentally than you did emotionally as a little kid. And so you could see what people's motives were before you even knew what a motive was. And you were very sharp. So at the very least, you were clever, but at the very most, it made you very suspicious of people, and it made you very it just made you, and you like to guard the doorway to the sense of your mind, because you like to watch people and observe without being judged, because you watch and you judge people by what you see, because that's the only way that you are able to make determinations, since you were a very, very young person, and you are very sharp and perceptive in that way. So that right there sometimes can make you very reticent about dealing with people emotionally, because you look at everything from a sharp, rational standpoint, and that right there can be very, very crucial and critical in your dealings with other people. Like, for real. Hey, this is my pleasure. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being a part of this. Now, Pluto and Libra in the 10th house. Hey, you a socialite. Even if you're an introvert, you're a socialite, and you're ambitious, and you have something that you want to accomplish in your life. You know how to politic. You know how to differentiate. You know how to just deal with people. Like, you just know how to operate on that public sphere in a way like none other. So you will probably be a CEO or a boss in some realm. Maybe a politician. Like, you just know how things work from a political standpoint. So you know how to handle business efficiently. And in doing so, you're also relentless of your pursuit of your ambition. So there ain't nothing stopping you, not even pain or strain or anybody in your way. Not you. Not you. Love you. Yes, love you very much. What's the big? Oh, hold on. 13 Moon Lily, you said you asked me before about Jupiter on your ascendant in the 12th house in Synastry. That same. And their south node is also on your Jupiter. So I would say that that's somebody, first of all, this is somebody in your lifetime that you're very familiar with from previous lifetimes, if you believe in that type of thing. That's the first thing that stands out there. And it would tell me that with Jupiter there is a certain, just as much as there is a energy between y'all that is attracted, there's also like a teacher-student or like a pupil, a teacher-pupil type thing between y'all, where one person is learning from the other person in that. And like there's something sexy in that, even like and Jupiter is always going to teach. People don't realize Saturn teaches too, but Jupiter is also going to teach. You feel me? Jupiter is guru. and Jupiter is going to impart knowledge in a way. So the fact that there is a teachable relationship there in a way is transportation. But at the same time, the South Node synastry is going to point to North Node synastry also, because that South Node means that familiarity makes y'all attracted to each other in a relationship sense. Because y'all know each other, y'all souls felt familiar to each other from off the rip, and there was this thing where that could have even been, with it being in the 12th house, that could be, it doesn't have to be the student-pupil thing in this lifetime, it could be a student-pupil thing in a previous lifetime. And so coming from that karma that y'all have is attracting y'all to each other in this life. And so that's that 7th house North Node thing even the 8th house, because you said your North Node was in the 8th house. On the other end of that North Node thing there brings y'all attracted. And y'all's natal node square, yes, because even in a natal node square, that's going to mean y'all's nodes are like y'all's lives is headed in 2 different directions, but y'all come from the same place. That's what that would mean, the nodal square. That's bananas. You need to go ahead and get you a real synastry reading. Get the full synastry reading. I need the business. Yeah. So we're only about 15 or 20 minutes from being done. So if you have any questions, let's get it out again. And so reflection, you said, what's the benefits of having Sun and Mercury trine Pluto? Well, first of all, your perception of things is very awesome, and you're able to take experiences and harvest experiences and allow yourself to change. And you're just you're very powerful. You're magnetic, and you're a genuine healing individual. And your mind is, even though you can get obsessed and you can focus on things, that ability to focus is also what makes you so sharp. So you really can't have anything hidden from you if you don't want it to be hidden from you. And you know that an answer to every question exists, and you're willing to figure it out. So nothing is ever hidden from you. You're gonna find out. That's why you're in all these lives. If this is your placements, that would mean that's why you're in all these lives, and you're dealing with all these astrologers. You're searching for knowledge, and you're like when you're on that quest, like there's nothing that stops you from doing that, and there's nothing in the way of that. That's pretty cool. That's a vibe. And everything is vibration. Hey, man. You know you rocking with the best. You can go wherever you want to go, but you know where the best resides. We here. Let me see if the moon has made its transit into Sagittarius yet. I don't know if I'm feeling it, because I wouldn't feel it. My Saturn is at 4 degrees of Sagittarius, so I wouldn't feel it. This is one of those ones that I might be blind to. Unless I make some money, and I ain't made no money yet. So fuck it. Nope, we're still at 29 degrees of Scorpio for the next hour and a half. Y'all excuse me while I stick this Q-tip in my ear. I want to. This is orgasmic for me, and I have to. Oh my God. Oh. Ah. That's an obsession of mine. I probably haven't had wax in my ears in years. Probably why they bleed sometimes too, because that Q-tip will do something to you, baby. For real. It'll touch you like nobody else can. That Q-tip will touch you like nobody else can, I swear to God. I be doing it too far though. I remember I was in prison. I was digging in my ear in the shower and I got a Q-tip stuck in there, and it was stuck in there for like 4 or 5 years. A little cotton. And then one day, like 4 or 5 years later, I was doing something and that bitch just came out. I was like, what the fuck? I could hear better, and I just felt how hot it was, and I was like, ugh. Like, man, what the fuck? That's fucking cotton that's been in my ear for 4 years. And I thought I was discussing it, but there's no way. I tried to get it out for days and days and days, and I guess I thought I got it out, some of it out, but I guess I forgot, or I don't know what the fuck. But that motherfucker came out, shit. So since then, I keep a Q-tip in a motherfucking clip. Touch that brain one time. Yeah. Hey, we'll be back with a top 5 tomorrow. You know, barring any emergency, we will be here with a top 5 tomorrow. Just 5. Yes, sir. Transit nodes square Neptune in Sun conjunction. Well, let me answer Seraphina's question first. I'll get to your question in a second. Seraphina, you asked, transiting Chiron in your 12th house conjunct Venus in Aries. I would feel like with this right here, you have to learn how to love yourself first before you can love anybody else. And so that means, you know, really being aware of the same stuff with your family. Being aware. It's funny that you have those transits going on with Leo in the 4th house, that you have that Venus retrograde at the same time that Chiron is retrograde conjunct your Venus in Aries. So you're really gonna have to take a look and look at your unique self and what you bring to the table, and you know, hold yourself accountable for, you know, the things that haven't worked for you. And looking at holding yourself accountable for the things that haven't worked for you helps you be more, you know, be more confident in yourself. But you have to be more aware and accountable. Like, that's the truth. See, the fact of the matter is, like, this is 12th house and 4th house. So this is deep down shit. This is your subconscious. This is your root. This is your emotions. This is your family stuff. Like, this is all this stuff. So you have to identify with that stuff and see in all of that, maybe whatever went on, whatever stuff is, you have to look at yourself and hold yourself accountable and become aware of what you don't love about yourself, because loving to love yourself better and healing yourself will help you have better and healthier relationships. That will help you be more confident in yourself. It will help you have more better family stuff. So all of that shit is excellent. Juan Hines, what's up with it? How you doing? We vibing, baby. So, A said love you so you can attract the best, and that's right too. I appreciate you, Juan Hines. Thank you for telling me that. Thank you. Now, let's look at the transit nodes square Neptune in Sun conjunction for 13 Moon Lily. So, that shit right there can get crucial right there, because the way that the world is right here, it really can fuck with you right now. It can make you, with Neptune and your Sun, it can make you get so caught up in the world and the culture that you lose your sense of self. That's what the nodes do with this. And you lose your sense of purpose because you're caught up in the culture. You're caught up in what the world has going on. You're caught up in whatever it is. And you have a purpose that is separate from that. And so with the nodes right here, you get caught up in relationships. You get caught up in other things. Like, there's all kinds of stuff. So just remembering with the North Node in Aries, and remembering with your Sun and Neptune involved, that you have a purpose that's separate from that. Whether that's with Cancer or whether that's with Capricorn, you have a purpose that's separate from that. Serafina, you said okay, like you didn't like my answer to that. Well, tell me what's up. You know we peoples. All you gotta do is talk to me. Talk to me, baby. Hey, y'all remember that part on Goofy movie? That's my favorite part on the Goofy movie, man. Do y'all remember that part? Has anybody seen the Goofy movie? And when old girl goes up there to give her speech at the beginning of the movie, and that motherfucking high school says, talk to me, baby. That shit right there is my favorite shit. Hey, that was a moment. Right there. Oh shit.
I've been having these.
Yeah, Roxanne is going up there. My nigga said, talk to me, baby. That's my favorite part of the whole movie. My kids love that. Me and my son played that part over and over and over again. I promise you. Because that's like the realest part of the whole movie. That's the only thing that would probably happen in real life in that movie. Like, for real. Like... Oh, yeah. I had a little crush on Roxanne when I was little. Both of them had a little thickness to them, and I liked them, you know what I'm saying? I liked them to have little thick thighs on. I was like, you know what? Let me tell you, I saw Goofy movies in theaters when I was 9 years old. No lie to you. I saw the Goofy movie in theaters when I was 9 years old. And as soon as the Goofy movie was over, we got dropped off to watch Goofy movie. My older cousin and my older brother got dropped off to watch Friday. And so me and my cousin that got dropped off to watch Goofy movie, we went and snuck in, and watched Friday. We were 9 years old, so we saw Friday in theaters. As soon as Friday come out, the same night we saw Goofy movie. And so yeah, man. Yeah, that was crazy, man. 1995. That was 1990 motherfucking 5. It's crazy, man. How time flies. 1995 was almost 30 years ago, brother. Let's start that over. Well, that's what you would look at. You see Jupiter and Moon conjunct you say Jupiter and Moon conjunct in the 8th house and a Sagittarius Sun. Well, you would look at with Cancer, of course, right there, the Moon is going to be at home there, and Jupiter right there is going to be exalted there in Cancer in the 8th house. And so that person, that their emotions draw other people in, and the way that they feel, it's like it's an expression that in itself creates a vibration. And so looking at Jupiter, you also have to look at the Sagittarius Sun, because there right there is a certain creativity that comes from that. You get what I'm saying? There is a definite creativity that's going to come from that inspiration and truth that was born in there. And so from that person right there, they are incredibly fortunate in their life, and they could end up being famous because there's so much there in the magnetism, and there's so much there in their expression of energy that makes people feel inspired. So yeah. And we got like 5 or 10 more minutes. Let's make it count. I love y'all to the fullest. I love you because you love me. And we'll be here tomorrow. B. What, Craig? You said Scorpio with the Leo North Node in the 8th house. I mean, just being a Scorpio and having that Leo North Node in the 8th house is probably going to mean that you're here to share with other people. So in order for you to share with other people openly, you have to feel confident in yourself. That's the North Node in the 8th house is going to mean you're here to share with other people. But with Leo there, it's the confidence, and it's confidence building with both of y'all, and it's also you using that right there, that pride that you have and all of that to really help other people. But with Scorpio, like you have to deal with the depths of yourself in that. And dealing with the depths of yourself in that, and that magnetism and all of that together draws people in so that together y'all can share in this experience and grow and transform together. Sexually, intensity, occultly, all types of ways. Just vibe. Do what? Let you look in my eyes? Vibe. That's another thing I do for that tripping shit in my head. I will open my eyes and go look in the mirror like that every 5 seconds to make sure I'm not jaundiced every hour. I be tripping, man. I'm telling you, my mind, I've read too many Google symptoms. Like, I'm really in a really crazy place in my brain. Uranus conjunct midheaven transit example. Like, you could lose your job or have something happen with your job that was unexpected, or you could get even if you don't lose it or something bad happens, you could get an unexpected promotion. It could be anything that happens. Like, the way that you operate is changing, and also like the way people see you is changing. And so because of that, that's why you might get a promotion or something might change with your job. And the way that you believe about yourself in a certain way is gonna change with that. And so maybe you get something that is more profitable. A raise, a promotion, anything. This is Taurus right here. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I love you. Transiting North Node in Aries in your 12th house. Serafina, you have to learn how to be with you and deal with you. That codependent stuff, you taking care of other people with Libra in the 6th house, that can't go. You have to, even if you're in a relationship, you have to free yourself from those things with other people and learn how to be with you and deal with you. Because that on the other end of that 6th house, like, people are dependent on you. Like, that's actually crazy and scary. Because I have my North Node in Aries in the 7th house and in Libra in the 1st house. I mean, my South Node in Libra in the 1st house, but my lady has her North Node in Aries in the 12th house and in Libra in the 6th house, and she's gonna go through a nodal return in Aries in her 12th house while I'm going through mine. So that's scary. Like, that's really scary. And so, I I love you. I gotta go. I love y'all. I gotta deal. I have to go to my son's football camp. I appreciate your love and support. I will be back tomorrow. Hey, I need some business, man. Like, I love y'all, but I need some business for real. Like, I don't know what I can do. Like, I need some business. Like, I need some help. I don't know where else to advertise it or take it, but I need some help. I appreciate all your love and support. I will be back. I appreciate everything. If you're interested in any readings whatsoever, don't get at me in my comments. Get at me in my email, which is mr.turner1300@gmail.com.